Welcome to Fire and Froth. Come join us as we explore culinary delights and craft beer. Yeah, two things that make life great. Today, we're going to show you how we brew one of my favorite styles of beer, the Oktoberfest, also known as the Marzen. As I said before, Oktoberfest is one of my favorite styles of beer, and this one turned out great. I tried a sample of it back in mid-September, and it was so delicious. I knew once it lagered for a little bit longer, it was going to be great by the end of September when I had my party. And we had a party last weekend in September, and the keg was gone in no time. I certainly should have brewed a double batch. Okay, German-style Marzen, or Oktoberfest. It's a beer that's rich in malt with balance of clean hop bitterness, similar to the Vienna lager. It's toasted bread or biscuit-like malt aroma, and flavor is to be expected. Originating in Germany, this style was traditionally brewed in the spring and aged or lagered throughout the summer. The stronger version was served at early Oktoberfest celebrations and became known as the Oktoberfest. Today, the festival's version of Oktoberfest is quite a bit lighter than that of what American craft breweries generally consider an Oktoberfest. Now that you know a little bit more about what we're making, let's get rolling. Okay, here's the recipe that I used to make the beer. And I did it all to style. I used 4.7 pounds of Pilsner malt, 3.7 pounds of Munich Type 1, 0.7 pounds of Cara Munich 3, 2.7 pounds of Vienna malt. I used, for my 60-minute hop edition, I used 1.5 ounces of Hallertauer at 3.8 alpha acidity. And for my 20-minute hop edition, I used half an ounce, 0.5 ounces of Hallertauer, again at 3.8 alpha acidity. The yeast I used Imperial yeast, L17 Harvest. And I did a starter, I bumped that up, and what I ended up pitching was a 5-liter starter, and it took off pretty fast. The brewing notes I mashed in at 151 Fahrenheit for 120 minutes, and then I raised it to 168 for mash out, and collected 8 gallons in the boil kettle, and boiled for 90 minutes, threw the lid on it, flame out, and started chilling immediately. And that gave me a little over, I ended up with about 6 gallons or 5.5, 5 3/4 gallons of beer in my fermenter. And then the best bit of that, I ended up kegging. And as you can tell, it just turned out great. What an awesome recipe. Next year, I'm going to double this and brew a double batch, because, I mean, I think it's dialed in nice. Let us know what you want to see us cook or brew. Be sure to subscribe. Hit the notification button, that way you never miss a single exciting episode. And be sure to share us with your friends. And we look forward to seeing y'all next week. And come join the adventure and be well. Cheers.